morning, students. Yesterday we have done installation. This is the series of RHCSA series in Red Hat 6 server. Yesterday I have done installation. Today I will demonstrate the topic of ping threshold adaptive. That means if anybody wants to send adaptive request, so what will be the consequence? So in this lab I am using GNS3 software, having 3 routers, 2 machines. Protocol I am using EIGRP, and the IP address I will configure privately, right? So let's get started. First of all, I would like to start the router 1. So as I to configure, this is my 3745 series advanced enterprise series of router. My router is going to boot. As you can see, my router has fast Ethernet 1x0, serial 0x0, fast Ethernet 2x0. These are the interfaces. It may have take time. So friends, my router is booting. Today I have to configure the router. Firstly, I would like to configure interface fast Ethernet 1x0. As an initial, I have to shut down the port so as to make the port up. So as you can see, the port state has been changed. It showed me to up. So I am configuring the IP address 192.168.1.1. The subnet mask I am using 24-bit. Simultaneously I am writing the configuration. With the same scenario, I am configuring IP pool. The pool name, I think I should give the name. I would like to give the name as a server. Red Hat 6 server. In this server I have to configure what? I have to configure the network. I am giving the IP address 192.168.1.1 series of IPs. Is there any option? Nothing else. CR means you can hit the enter right now as the very beginning. In this scenario I need a gateway. So there is a command default router, a default router IP address. What is my IP? So I have to configure this interface IP address, fast Ethernet 1x0 IP. What is my fast IP 1x0 IP address? This is 1.1 IP I have configured. So make sure you have to configure the very first IP address. Don't make any kind of confusion, otherwise it will get started. Default router, so as to save, I am saving the configuration. Sorry. This is the IP address I am configured. If I see on my Red Hat 6 one, this is my server. Maybe I am getting the IP address. I have 2 LAN cards. hopefully it will get the IP address. If it is not, it may be the problem. So let's get hope. How many IP address? If configure in Linux, I have the command if config. So I got the IP address 192.168.1.2. If I am able to ping my gateway, yes, I am able to ping. You can see this is the TTL value of 255. What I am showing in this lab, I want to show what I am to show if I want to send an adaptive ping. So what will happen? What will the conclusions? For example, if I want to send an adaptive ping, the conclusion, this is what? This is the speed of a network, so I am demonstrating, but this is not a true picture. So we have to wait until the full configuration has been changed. So secondly I'm going to configure the serial 0 by 1. Serial 0 by 1. Okay, fine. Serial 0 by 1. So before configuring serial 0 by 1, you have to enter in this port. By default you are not supposed to make this port up, but it's obviously if you open this port up, you don't need bandwidth option to configure. Still, serial 0 by 1 IP address 10.10.10.1, and how many interface I need? I think 2, so I'm using 32-bit, sorry, 30-bit, 252 CIDR. Do right, I'm going to change 252-bit. This is a classless subnet, class A IP address. Second, fast Ethernet 2 by 0. In this interface I also again need a DHCP server. Interface fast Ethernet 2 by 0, port must be shut down, not fast Ethernet 0 IP address. In this scenario I am making a confusion. 168 2.1 2.5 255 24-bit. Again I need a pool. For whom? I need a pool for Red Hat 6 server 2. So underscore server Red Hat 6 second server IP sorry, network. What, how many network I have? I think 192 168 2.2 255 255. If you can bypass the CIDR, you can use 0. Let's try. This is the mistake I am intentionally commit, right? But in further we will see what will happen. Now second, my last port is serial 0 by 0. Serial 0 by 0. In this port I needed DHCP, nothing. One 172. What I need a subnet. What I need a subnet. 24-bit subnet. After that I will see my routing table. My routing table has how many subnets. It will show to, doesn't matter, because my another routers are shut it down. So I need show IP interface brief, exclude the interfaces which has been unassigned. So I got the IP address. You have to remember these IP addresses, right? This is the basic configuration I have done. So my next further topic to configuring the protocol. So for configuring the protocol I am using, there is a command router EIGRP. There is a number, AS number, whichever you want. That means the company's number you allotted from INA. So I'm going to advertise all the routes, right? Do right. So my first router's configuration has been completed. Now I shift to my second router, but still I would need the IP addresses. So I'm going to start my router 2. So firstly we'll see if there is a need of DHCP server on the router 2. Yes, I need DHCP server on router 2 over fast Ethernet 1/0 IP address. Fine. Where is the console? It's not showing up right now. This is the router 2, I think. Yes, router 2 is booting up. Okay, fine. So this is my router, second router. I'm enabling the router, going to configure terminal mode. First and the foremost, we have to configure serial by order wise. Serial 0/0, no shutdown. What is the IP address I have configured on serial 0/0? That means 172.172.172. I think I would like to configure this. The IP address is 2. The host ID subnet is 2. I think I have done 24-bit. Maybe I right or wrong, I don't know. IP address 172.172.172. I would like to clarify. Yes, fine. The port is opened up. My next interface is fast Ethernet 1/0. Fast Ethernet 1/0. This is the LAN interface. I am assuming this is the LAN interface. Serial means this is the WAN interface, right? So that's why I could show what. For this option, I'm going to configure this, right? This is basically Linux Lab, but with the help of Cisco. Interface fast 1/0. 1/0. What I need? I need another IP address making the port no shutdown. So I'm going to use 100. The subnet of 100 IP address. This is okay, fine, good. To write simultaneously changing. So on this port I need a DHCP service. Fine. The command is IP DHCP pool. The pool name is of from router to 6 server. This is my pool name. So advertising my network. What is my network? My network is class A network but has been subnetted to 24-bit. Why I'm using 24-bit? That's why I'm going to show the speed of a 24-bit, right? That is why. Do right. Where is Red Hat 6 server 1? Again I will see if I get the IP address. Nothing. If down ETH, this is the command. Oh sorry, by my mistake. If config ETH2 down, this is the command to make the interface down. So make this interface up again to show if I get the IP address or not. Still I'm not getting the IP address. Is there I have made a mistake. Fast Ethernet 1/0 is connected to I think. Is there I am ladies? Nothing. Router 2 fast is 1/0. Show IP interface. My configuration is right, but what is the problem? This is my okay, fine. Hopefully I got the IP address 10.10.2. May I able to ping? I am going. So you can see the reply is very slow. This is obvious. 24-bit. The difference between 24-bit. If I go beyond, look, what is the difference? 364 packets transmitted and 363 received, 0% loss. This is the RTT value. What if I use a simple ping? Then what is my value, RTT value? So this is the difference. This is the number of seconds. Okay, fine, friends. I'm going to configure the third port. The third port is of my serial 0/1, I think. Yes, serial 0/1. Make this port up. Sporadically I'm using the different IP address. I'm going to give this IP address as a 192.100.1 IP. 30-bit shader value. Okay, I am configured all the ports. My next step is to configure the protocol. The protocol I would like to use EIGRP, having EIS number 100, network 0/0. That means I am advertising all network. I don't want to use auto summary. I repeat, I don't want to use auto summary. There is a reason behind. Do show IP route, how many routes I fetch. Those EIGRP routes which I have fetched proceeding with the D. This is the D option, every EIGRP route come from goes to meant for D, right? So my third router, I'm going to start. It may take time. It's not getting up. I started, yes. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So in this, the configuration going to be tough, I know, by using tally function. So I have to configure the first router. If I need any DHCP service, yes I need, so I would like to configure that particular interface firstly, right? Interface first 1 by 0, make this port up. The very same command, no shutdown. IP address I would like to allot 10.100.255. IP address 10.100.100.1. This is the class A IP address having 8-bit by default. So I subnetted this network into 24-bit value because I am assuming the another side is of LAN, right? That is why. So I'm exit from this interface. I'm configuring DHCP server, IP DHCP pool. The pool name is what? From router three to server, right? Server. This is my pool name. Network I would like to advertise 10.100. I think 100. Yes. Subnet mask would be 255.255.0. If I need any gateway, default router 10. This is my default router. Okay, fine. Then save this configuration. No. The next interface is what? Interface serial 0 by 0. Okay, serial 0 by 0. First we would like to tally what is the IP address forehead. Router 2's serial 0 by 1. Routers 2 serial 0 by 1. Do show IP interface brief. Router 2 serial 0 by 1. Serial 0 by 1, I have the IP address 192.192.100.1. I can copy. Zero by 1. It must be what is the CIDR value before I commit. 0 by 1. 0 by 1. One 192.192.100 or 192.192.192. Where is my 192 presently? I'm over router 2. 0 by 1, maybe I have configured. Two 252 32-bit CEDAR, right? Do ping, I am able to ping 192 and sorry 100.1. Yes, I am able to ping. Fine, good. So my next interface is of 00 by 1. 00 by 1. What is my IP over 00 by 1 from router 1? This is router 1, 0 by 1. This is router 1. Interface 0 by 1. IP address 10 10 10 10 30, I think is a 24 bit. 10.10.1. So I copy this. So I'm pasting 10.10.2. Subnet I would like to use 255.255.0 24 bit. I think I have finished. The next step is to enable routing. Okay, I got the adjacency. This is the neighbor adjacency. First I would like to check the roots. These are the roots. So please note, these is what? These are what? These are the speed. In Cisco these have different names, but if you go beyond penetration testing, this is what? This is a speed. You cannot go beyond this speed. This is actually matrix in Cisco, but I assume this has a speed. But you can see this is what? This is the null interface. We have two interfaces. Fine. Over to my router Red Hat server. If I got the IP address, the very simple command if config I have the IP address 10.10.2, sorry 10.100.100.2. This is two interfaces. I am able to ping 10.100 sorry 100.1. okay, fine. This is the by default speed behind serial interfaces, right? First I would like to trace. In Linux we have the command trace route. Trace route, which network you want to trace, which host ID. Okay, there is no hop. There is no hop. Ten dot 10.10.1. We have what are these? These are the rotors. These are the behind hops. So at the end I again send testing the speed. This is the by default speed. On the other side I will also send this the same IP address ping request, ping -a 10.10.10.1. fine. Open up the second terminal. I want to show very verbose 3 times. This is the live traffic. You can see this is very fast traffic. That is why this is the main thing I want to demonstrate. This is the actual A option in Linux. This is the actual. If you go to the man, this is what adaptive ping. Inter-packet interval adapts to round trip time, so that effectively not more than one or more preload is set. What does it mean? Unanswered probe present in the network. Minimum internal is this one, this much, this much. So on my real scenario, if I go to my host machine, if I send the very same you can see Facebook, look, RTT not go beyond 200. So what this means, this is the minimal interval is 200 millisecond for not super user. I am not over super user. This is my simple user in Linux, not go beyond 200 milliseconds. So friends, this was my lab. I think you would like this. Thanks, student. Thank you very much.